What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about these MUT23, this EA MUT23 prices. They're out of control right now. And the reasoning behind it, I just previously explained it, because some of you guys are like, yo, G, they've really made it impossible to get any of the the limiteds, because there are no sets that give you random things. They took away the trainer variety pack. What's going on with the market? So let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening. Because remember, Jerry Rice is the first receiver to get route technician, so people are going to go crazy to try to figure out how it works in MUT. Remember, the way it works in franchise and regs, totally different than the way it works in MUT. A lot of the abilities that you see that everybody uses in, franchise or whatever, if it's, head to head, it doesn't work the same way. It's a whole different type of mode. And I keep trying to tell you guys that, and then you guys keep coming back like, yo, you were right way later. It is what it is. It doesn't make any sense. Like, nothing is unilateral. Like, the different modes create different type of avenues, the speed, a lot of what goes into it is just really, really bad. So what you guys may notice is you need, the 92 is relatively expensive. The 90 that goes into a set is more expensive than the actual 92. All right? And I'm going to explain to you guys the reasoning behind that. Their new power-up system is probably the biggest money grab I've ever seen in the history of any game. It's absolutely disgusting. Because they give you, you got to use the same card, blah, blah, blah. They started giving us back the cards that go into the set as B&Ds, but they make it very, very hard to be able to actually obtain the card itself. All right? Now that, and Tillman being a limited that 6'2", that gets deep out KO for one, is gonna sell because everybody is tired of getting mossed. So what happens now is this, right? He's gone from 1.4 to 1.6 to 1.8 to now 2.5. Let me just be very, very clear to you guys, all right? I want to be extremely and just outright clear. Do not buy this card for over 1.4 million coins. All right? And the reason I'm using 1.4 is because he should be one of the more expensive cards because of what he adds to the game. He should be. But this price is out of control. All right? Now, this is what's going to happen the way that they've been doing stuff. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys why I feel the way I feel about this card. His value is very, very good. For those of you guys thinking he's going to be punching the ball out, he had the Peanut Tillman nickname, whatever. You're not getting no fumbles, bruh. You ain't getting no fumbles. I don't care what his hit power is. What is his hit power, by the way? I know it should be like 90, right? Yeah, he ain't getting no fumbles. This ain't Madden. What was the Madden with Pat Tillman? What was the Madden that the dude just started running around and just doing whatever he want? What was that, 20? Whichever Madden that was the year. That was a beautiful year because you weren't getting away with nothing. You were putting that ball on the turf. But anyway, this is the situation, right? His numbers makes him right now the best corner in the game. So I do believe there should be a price differential so everybody is not able to get the card. What I don't understand is why they're not giving everyone an opportunity to be able to get the card the same way they were before by using the Trainer Variety Pack. Why remove that? Why not give us an option to utilize our currencies that you give us? In this case, the training currency. Because everything else, if it doesn't apply to the regular promo, what are we doing? So, the reason that I'm saying about 1.4, because a million coin card is something that most people will look to get if it's decent, right? And when Megatron first came out, and I was willing to spend the mil, I don't know, I did the set or whatever, but it ran me about 850K or something like that. I had no problem spending that at the time because of his value in the game early. Right now, he's a bum, and he just gets dominated. But that's because EA Sports adjusts the sliders of the way the cards go so that you can ultimately spend more money. So this card is actually a very, very good card. He's actually a card that, like I said, just looking at the numbers, and you get deep out KO for one, just remember, if you have the KOs on, do not click on to the defensive back. I know it sounds bum friendly, but that's what the game is. You will get so many knockouts if you don't click on. You will not get mossed if you don't click on. As soon as you click on and try to make it a user-based game, you will be punished for it. Just so you guys know. It is what it is. That's the way the game is. So he would be OP to just give him that deep out KO and just let him go. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So realistically, with the way the game is going right now, the market is going to be up. You're going to be spending a lot more because people are wondering. It's a mystery. You know, how good is route tech? If anybody here already has Jerry Rice, let us know. I don't think it's going to be like worth it over like the short in. I think, 'cause remember, last year they were pretty much the same. It wasn't a big difference between like the short in, short out stuff and the route techs. So with Jerry Rice, I think it's just more of the rarity of his card, more than anything else. But with the fact that, the fact of the matter is, you can get a lot of other cards done right now with the way that it is. They don't have to be, the full legends that were released this week, like Keekly and everything else like that. But there is a balance, right? And you are able to, in certain instances, like if there were cards that you were looking to get that were like, past legends, the 86s, the 85, whatever it is, right? They're pretty cheap. You see what I'm saying? Like everything is pretty cheap right now. So you can actually get a lot of what goes into the sets right now, currently, for a lot cheaper than you usually would if it's something that you're looking to actually go ahead and obtain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys really, really quickly so you guys understand what's going on. If you were looking to, like, say, get any of the legends, Thomas Davis, Dante Culpepper, stuff like that, you can see we're at 10 of 12, right? And the only reason that we have this many is because we actually bought a bundle. So we bought a bundle simply because it was something that, we were trying to go ahead and try to get one of the limiteds, because I already knew Peanut Tillman was going to be, he's going to be expensive. Now, remember, this Dante Culpepper card, I've heard very, very bad things about him, right? I've heard that he's garbage, whatever, it is what it is. But because of what I've already invested into and the prices for the current cards being what they are, everybody is not paying attention to the previous legends that you may want to take a chance with. So these are just some of the things that I want to make sure you guys understand. Like, we have enough to get another boss, Herman Moore. You can look at these things and try to figure out, like, are all these cards worth it to do? What's his value? You see what I'm saying? But remember, putting the power-ups in, not a smart move. So always check it before you actually do it. Because when you put the power-ups in there, at some point, you're going to need those power-ups. They're going to be going for a lot of coin later on in the year. But now we go over to Jerry Rice, right? And this is something that I, again, want to point out. Like I showed you earlier, that 90 is so rare, and it's pretty much just as expensive as everything else. So that's the reasoning behind why the market is kind of focused in on everybody going after other players, because they're like, yo, it's no way I'm gonna be able to do this right now, but there's other players that I actually like. I should invest in those. Anybody pulling a 90 Jerry Rice right now is going to make bank, simply because, obviously it's a power up. You're gonna get that, you're gonna go ahead and get that route tech for 2, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to point this out. Now remember, Ed Reed is also supposed to be a really good card, right? And his price was pretty high previously, the 90 for him as well. You could also get him. I actually seen this dude like go crazy in the game recently. Now remember, I think he gets reduced acrobat, and he gets something else reduced also. I think one of the KOs. So his numbers are pretty good as well. He's undersized, but it's Madden, and you don't never know what's going to happen. It's like, Forrest Gump, life's a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get type thing. And we got to focus on what actually makes sense. So while the market is really, really going crazy and everybody's focused on Jerry Rice and other things like that, do yourself a favor, look at some of the, the previously released legends and see if that makes sense for you to take advantage of this market. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay well, stay blessed. Until next time. One love, y'all.